You do not tell me I've been not having carbs for 1 month and this thing hasn't moved. And then I forgot the fine print. Hi guys, and welcome back to Primal Genetics. In today's video, we're going to be looking at my blood work results after 4 weeks on the Ketovore diet. So without wasting too much time, let's get into it. So first of all, I just want to preface by saying I'm not a doctor, and this information is not meant to replace the information of your doctor or healthcare professional. Anything in this video can just be used as help when you're talking to your doctor about what you're going through. Like I've said in previous videos, one of the main reasons I started the Ketovore diet was because of the blood work I had done earlier in the year. I had done a blood test earlier in the year because I just wasn't feeling great. I knew I was in bad shape. I looked it and I felt it as well. And really just wanted to know where I was and where my body stood in terms of my health. So I decided to get a blood work done. Actually, at the time, I didn't really know what to look out for. There was maybe just one test that I knew that I definitely needed, maybe, which was which I'll talk about later actually, and that was for my blood sugar. But when it came to all the other tests, I just got it in a package. So in some ways, I was kind of lucky because in hindsight now, when you'll see the information I give you later, some of the information other than my blood sugar level was very, very, very important. So I encourage everybody to get blood work done, have it analyzed, and find out where you are in terms of your health. And as you'll see later in this video, like I said, that's going to be very, very important to you claiming your right to good health. Having said that, the 4 main test results we're going to be looking at today are my HbA1c. We're going to be looking at my cholesterol, which is my HDL and my LDL, and we're also going to be looking at my triglycerides. So these are the 4 main tests that we're going to be looking at today. First, let's get into my HbA1c. What is the HbA1c? The HbA1c is a combination of hemoglobin and glucose, and is basically directly correlated to how much glucose or sugar is in your blood. The HbA1c is one of the best indicators of pre-diabetes as well as insulin resistance, both being something that we don't want. So this is a very, very important one. And like I've said before, this was the test that made me realize when I got my results back how close I was to becoming diabetic. The results of my first test were 43.85, which is terrible. Super high. As we can see, we're approaching the red zone, and that's just not somewhere you want to be. And really is a great indicator as to why I was feeling and looking so bad. So after 4 weeks on the Ketovore diet, my HbA1c now is 43.56. It hasn't changed. When I saw that, I was like, what? I was about to throw the whole diet in the bin. I was like, you do not tell me I've been not having carbs for 1 month and this thing hasn't moved. And then I forgot the fine print. The fine print of the HbA1c test is the fact that it measured your blood glucose levels over the past 2 to 3 months. This is why it's such a great test, because you cannot manipulate it just the day before the test, maybe not have any carbs and think that you're going to show great results. It measures your blood glucose levels over the past 2 to 3 months. And this test could have gone back 60 years. My blood glucose levels have been high for a long time. And so hopefully when I get my blood work done in another 2 months, by then I would have been doing this diet for about 3 months. I'm really, really hoping to bring this number down. So this is just word of advice for anybody who is doing blood work and getting their blood work checked. When you do your HbA1c, if you check your blood work after a month, make sure you understand that your HbA1c is a measure of your past 2 to 3 months. Now, let's talk about, like I said, my HDL and my LDL, my cholesterol. What is cholesterol? Cholesterol is a type of fat that's basically made in the liver, and we can also eat cholesterol, but the majority of the cholesterol that we have in our body is actually made in the liver. The vast majority is made in the liver, but we also get some cholesterol from things like eggs and some other fatty foods mainly. Cholesterol is very, very, very important for us. I mean, if it wasn't, our bodies wouldn't make it, to be honest. It's involved in many, many different things. Things such as absorbing our fat-soluble vitamins. It's involved in maintaining our cell structure. And probably most important, it's involved in creating our hormones. It's what makes us human. And so, as we can see, cholesterol is a vitally important substance in our body. So like I said, the way cholesterol gets made is in the liver. What happens from there is the LDL carries the cholesterol to our cells to be used for energy, and the HDL picks up any excess cholesterol and takes it back to the liver to be used or excreted. And so in understanding this procedure and how it works, we can see that both the LDL and the HDL are very important. Before I started the Ketovore diet, I had done a lot of research. And one of the things that I had come across was the fact that almost all the time on a high fat, low carb diet, which is basically what the keto diet is, and I'm doing an animal based version of it, which is why it's Ketovore, you should expect your LDL to rise. Now, why is that? If you remember, like I said earlier, your LDL is responsible for taking the cholesterol from the liver to your cells. On a high fat, low carb diet, you are now using more fat for fuel instead of carbs for fuel. And therefore, that means the LDL has more work to do. So the LDL tends to increase on a high fat, low carb diet because it has to transport now more fat to the cells to be used for energy. With that understanding, let's have a look at my results after 4 weeks on the Ketovore diet of my LDL. So as you can see, I have gone from 5.43 millimoles per liter to 6.86 millimoles per liter. It has gone up ever so slightly, and under normal circumstances, that would be considered dangerous and something I need to really bring down. But like I explained earlier, doing my research, I expected my LDL to go up. And the main reason I'm not concerned about this is because of what we are going to talk about next. Let's talk about the triglyceride to HDL ratio. First of all, what are triglycerides? Triglycerides are a type of fat found in your blood. They're stored in your cells and make up the majority of fat found in humans. As you know by my previous pictures, I probably had hella triglycerides. You didn't even need a test for that. If you remember, HDL carries excess cholesterol back to the liver to be used or excreted. The ratio between these two substances, triglycerides and HDL, has been shown to be a fantastic indicator of your risk of heart disease as well as insulin resistance. I'm going to say that one more time. The ratio between these two, the triglycerides and the HDL, is a great indicator of how high risk you are to heart disease as well as insulin resistance. Ideally, we want our triglycerides to be low, anywhere below 1.7 millimoles per liter. And ideally, we want our HDL to be high, anywhere above 1 millimoles per liter. Once you have these results, in order to calculate your ratio, they do need to be converted a little bit into a deciliter. I found a calculator online, which I will put in the bio, where you can actually put your test results in. It does all the calculations for you, converts them, and then shows you your ratio. The ideal ratio, the optimal ratio for minimal heart disease risk is below 1.9. Okay, 0.5 to about 1.9. A moderate heart disease risk is anywhere from 2 to 2.9. And a significant heart disease risk, which is basically somewhere you don't ever want to be, is anything greater than 3. So once you've done your calculations and you put it into, you can even do it manually, but I suggest you use the calculator. Once you've done your results, you want to see, where do you fit there? Am I below 1.9? Am I 2 to 2.9, which is a medium risk, or am I high risk, which is anything greater than 3? Guys, when I put my first test results into the calculator, my number was a 5. I was 5. Remember, high risk is anything above 3. I was 5.1. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. And now, after just 4 weeks on the Ketovore diet, I am now a 2. I have moved from greatly over a significant heart disease risk to the low end of moderate risk in 4 weeks. I can't stress to you how powerful this diet is. This is insane. And the crazy thing is, I have done this eating meat mainly. Steak, meat, I've eaten chicken, and I've eaten organ meats. Eggs along the way. I have literally done this in 4 weeks, eating meat, organ meats, and eggs, and my mind is blown. My mind is blown for 2 reasons. One, that I was in such a bad state already, in my mid-30s. And the fact that I was able to turn it around so quickly, eating a high-fat, animal-based diet, is huge. Guys, this stuff is powerful and so important. So, obviously, I was really happy to see that. I am not gonna stop. I really want to be in the optimal range and not even in the middle, in the moderate risk range. I want to really bring that down, and I can't stress to you enough, this ratio right here is a significant indicator of heart disease risk as well as insulin resistance. And insulin resistance has been shown to be linked to so many other things, not just diabetes, other things like dementia and many other things. And I will definitely be doing a video about the risks of being insulin resistant. So, like I said, guys, really important information. Please share this information. If you know anyone that could benefit from this, please share it with them. And also, if you have any questions for me, please leave them in the comment section. I'll be more than happy to answer even. And I really look forward to hearing from you. Also, if you like the content you're getting on this page, please like and subscribe. I really want to get this message out. I'm so passionate about this. I am so passionate about this, and I really believe not enough people are getting this information. This has been a truly life-changing diet for me, and I really think more and more people can benefit from this. Thank you guys, and see you in the next video.